Get more music variety every day. KSMO, Salem.
News, I'm Mike Hempen. Some areas in the Northeast could get more than a foot of snow from a coastal storm that's also expected to pack high winds. New York Mayor Eric Adams says public schools will be remote on Tuesday.
We're doing everything in our powers to keep New Yorkers safe. We want New Yorkers to do everything in their powers to continue to be safe by, again, staying off the road.
Some of the highest snowfall totals are forecasted for the northern suburbs of New York and southwestern Connecticut. The National Weather Service says those areas could get 12 to 15 inches of snow. One person was killed and 5 others wounded in a New York City subway shooting.
Gunfire erupted following a dispute between two groups of teenagers at a New York City subway station at the start of evening rush hour on a train platform in the Bronx around 4:30 p.m., a time when stations throughout the city are filled with kids coming home from school, and many workers are beginning their evening commute. Officials say a 34-year-old man was killed. The wounded included a 14-year-old girl, a 15-year-old boy, and 3 adults, ages 28, 29, and 71. New York Police Department Chief of Transit Michael Kemper says they will catch those responsible.
This is unacceptable. And when detectives make an arrest, and notice I said when, because I'm very confident they will, there must be swift, immediate, strong consequences.
I'm Lisa Dwyer.
Family and friends are gathering in Georgia this week as funerals begin for 3 Army Reserve soldiers killed in a recent drone attack in Jordan. A funeral is scheduled for later today for 46-year-old Staff Sergeant William Jerome Rivers at a church in Carrollton, west of Atlanta. 2 other funerals are planned for Saturday. This is AP News. Indian farmers clashing with police at the New Delhi border.
Police have used tear gas against Indian farmers as they march towards New Delhi to demand guaranteed crop prices. Police dropped tear gas canisters over the protesting farmers from a drone at one of the border points that leads to New Delhi. Tens of thousands of farmers are also headed to the capital on tractors and trucks. The farmers who began their march in northern Haryana and Punjab states are asking for a guaranteed minimum support price for all farm produce. The demonstration comes more than 2 years after Prime Minister Narendra Modi withdrew controversial agriculture laws that had triggered the earlier protests. Those protests in 2021 saw tens of thousands of farmers camped outside the capital through a harsh winter and a devastating COVID-19 surge. I'm Karen Shamas.
I'm Mike Hempen, AP News.
Have you seen Town Screen yet? It's one of the most affordable ways to get your message out in the community. With strategically placed vertical screens in numerous locations in Salem, check it out at the American Legion Post number 99, Looking Glass Salon, Salem Senior Center, and McCoy Vision Clinic, just to name a few. Find out more about how you can use Town Screen for everything local. Stop by 800 South Main or call 636-338-1199. Hometown created and maintained, Town Screen in Salem.
Pizza's here.
Oh, great. I'd love some, but I'm worried about my stomach issues.
If you're worried about having diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, or loose, oily stools, it may not just be stomach issues. It could be a condition called exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, or EPI. With EPI, the pancreas doesn't release enough enzymes to break down food, but EPI is manageable. Use the symptom checker on identifyepi.com and talk to your doctor. That's identifyepi.com. Sponsored by AbbVie.
Check out these New Year's savings at Napa Auto Parts Store in Salem. You'll find Seafoam concentrated fuel injector cleaner starting at $4.99. Napa Extended Life Cooling System Antifreeze Plus Coolant for all makes and models starting at $12.99 for the 1-gallon size. Stop by Napa Auto Parts Store, 604 East Scenic Rivers Boulevard in Salem today.
At the KSMO studios, right here at your hometown radio source, KSMO, 7:33 on your 13th day of February. And sunshine is what we expect throughout the day today. We'll have a high of 57 with west winds at 5 to 10. Clear skies tonight, low of 32. Winds will be out of the south at about 5 to 10. Sunshine Wednesday, high of near 60 with southwesterly breezes 5 to 10. Partly cloudy come Wednesday night. Low of 41. Winds will be out of south, a little bit more wind, too, with 10 to 15, gusting to 25 miles an hour. We'll have sunshine Thursday, high 55. Winds out of southwest at 5 to 15 will move to the north by the early afternoon. We'll have winds that could still gust up to 25 miles an hour Thursday in the morning. Then for Thursday night, partly cloudy with a low of 31. Friday, partly sunny and a high of 47 with a 50-50 chance of some showers during the afternoon. Right now, with a clear sky, 22 degrees, we do have a little bit of a breeze coming out of the southwest right now at 4 miles an hour. 100% relative humidity, pressure rising 30.13 inches, making it feel like 16 right now, right here at KSMO, your hometown radio station. We appreciate you joining us right here at KSMO and hope you're going to have a fantastic day. We're going to enlighten you with some local news coming your way next in 90 seconds right here on KSMO, your hometown radio station.
In an era where sustainability and environmental responsibility are paramount, the world of colossal machinery is embracing the challenge of decarbonization. Scott Fenwick, Technical Director for Clean Fuels Alliance America, says the upcoming Clean Fuels Conference will provide some insight on the efforts to secure OEM approvals.
Certain applications have certain requirements, and so those are just a few of the things that Clean Fuels and the technical program here has been working on, sharing data with those original equipment companies and those engine manufacturers to prove and answer the questions they've got. What issues might we have with the fueling infrastructure? Is biodiesel compatible with the hoses that are draped over the sides of a ship, or with the tanks and the fueling infrastructure for locomotives moving across the country?
To learn more, visit cleanfuelsconference.org.
It's back! The Salem Memorial Hospital Foundation invites everyone to the Dancing with the Salem Stars fundraiser Saturday, February 24th and 7th at the Salem R80 High School Gym. Table seating is available for $20 per person in advance or reserve a table. Bleacher seats will be available at the door for $10. Purchase your tickets in advance by calling 729-6626, extension 4005. The Dancing with the Salem Stars fundraiser, Saturday, February 24th at the high school gym with the doors opening at 6:30. We'll see you there! At the KSMO studios, right here at your hometown radio station, 736, time for news. Local news brought to you as a courtesy of all of us right here at KSMO. And you're listening to it on KSMO Radio, AM 1340, FM 95.7. You're streaming with us as well at KSMOradio.com, KSMO Stream Facebook, and KSMO YouTube. Welcome. It's Tuesday, February 13th. It's a cool morning out there, and don't forget to scrape those windows thoroughly, guys, if you're in the area. Yeah, sun will help burn that off a little bit and melt it off, but if you're not in the sun, that's a pretty good thick little frost this morning. Make sure you warm up your vehicle, scrape your windows thoroughly to make sure you can see out all of them before heading out into the traffic out there. So, again, if you have to get out a little bit early, start warming up that vehicle, I highly recommend it. It got pretty cool last night. I've been dropping right down to about 20 degrees or so, and it did frost up pretty quickly. Let's go ahead and get to that news. Salem Board of Aldermen will hold a regular meeting this evening at Salem Community Center at the Armory starting at 6. After the consent agenda, the board will hear a 911 presentation from Scott Kaysen before hearing about the 2023 fiscal year audit from Auditor Krista DeLuca. In new business, the board will discuss Resolution Number 4, 2024, authorizing the mayor to execute a lease agreement with Pitney Bowes for postal machine services. Alderman Sean Bolerjack requested a public comment policy be discussed and adopted by the board to set the parameters of public comments addressed at the board. The board will hear the first readings of 11 bills that deal with the adoption of a new chapter to the Salem City Code. That'll be Chapter 240, H.010 called the Clean Air Ordinance. The next 10 bills will refer to the new chapter and discuss the details that are associated with those bills. The board will also hear the reading of 6 other bills, ranging from the amending of the utility committee definition, changing the way utility deposits on property will be calculated, 2 bills on amending the housing violation codes of the City of Salem, and an ordinance that amends the annual budget of the City of Salem for the fiscal year beginning July 1st of 2023. Those budget adjustments show an increase in revenues of $889,076, an increase in expenditures of $622,720, and an increase in intergovernmental transfers of $41,090. The board will then hear reports from city officials before the board goes into closed session to discuss personnel contracts and litigation. The meeting of the Salem Board of Aldermen tonight at 6 is open to the public. City of Salem will temporarily be closing Rollo Road from 8:30 to 4 tomorrow, Valentine's Day. Now, that will be between North MacArthur Avenue and Main Street, which is also Highway 19. They'll be replacing a stormwater culvert under the roadway. Local traffic will have access off of Rollo Road to get to Henderson, Jackson, and Washington streets, but they'll not be able to travel all the way through to MacArthur or J Highway during those hours Wednesday. Large trucks that normally use that section of Rollo Road should detour all the way around to Highway 3272 if coming south on Highway 72 or south on Highway 19. Signs and barriers will be in place by the city. Well, beginning February 24th, all residents will have to dial that 573 area code as well as your local 7-digit number to complete a call. This is because a new area code of 235 is being added in our area as an overlay of the existing 573 area code and not replacing it. The overlay does not require customers to change their existing area code, but it will require them to dial the area code to complete the local calls. The 6-month permissive dialing period began back in August to give consumers adequate time to adjust to the dialing changes from 7 to 10 digits. So starting February 24th, all local calls made within the 573 area code must be placed using 10 digits, the area code itself, and then the 7-digit telephone number. Calls placed using just the 7 digits, starting on the 24th, will not be completed. Then starting on March 24th, new telephone services may be assigned numbers that will use the new 235 area code as well as the old 573 area code. The Dane County Fire Protection District Board of Directors will be meeting at 6 tonight at the fire station at number 2 South Main. After the roll call, the board will go into closed session to discuss personnel, policies, and procedures before they approve the consent agenda, which includes the financial reports, minutes, and the budget review. The board will review the scheduled events on the calendar, discuss the monthly reimbursement report, and talk about old business, including the tower lease program and quotes on the SCBA bottles, as well as other information. In new business, the board will discuss lawn care, a building repair from frozen pipes, and information as well as pricing on the purchase of a new truck. After Chief Floyd gave his reports, the board will set the date for the next meeting. The meeting will then be adjourned. The meeting of the Dane County Fire Protection District Board is open to the public tonight at 6 at the fire station. And if you did not apply for Medicare Part B, which is medical insurance within 3 months before turning your age to 65, you have another chance each year during the general enrollment period. That period is going on right now. Now, if you did not enroll in Part B when you were first eligible for it, you may have to pay a late enrollment penalty for as long as you have Part B coverage. Your monthly premium will increase 10% for each 12-month period that you were eligible for Part B, but you did not sign up. Trust me, over the long haul, you want to make sure you are signed up. Now, your coverage will start the first day of the month after you sign up. To learn more about Medicare, please visit the Medicare benefits page at ss.gov/benefits/Medicare. But again, you still have time to apply for that Medicare Part B during the general enrollment period, which will end at the end of March. 7:42 at KSMO. Sports is next when we come right back.
FCS Financial, with you every step of the way. Choosing the right crop insurance for your farm operation shouldn't be overwhelming. That's why FCS Financial makes it easy with a dedicated team of crop insurance specialists who can help you find the best solutions to protect your operation. And it's this dedication and experience that makes FCS Financial experts at finding solutions for each unique situation. You're more than a policy. We take the time to get to know you, your operation, and your needs. Whether you're a seasoned producer or just beginning, we have the tools you need to help you manage your risk and keep business running smoothly. FCS Financial, growing relationships, creating opportunities. Closing date for spring policies is March 15th. Contact your FCS Financial crop insurance expert at myfcsfinancial.com or call 800-444-3276.
FCS Financial, with you every step of the way.
An equal opportunity provider.
At the KSMO studios, time for sports news. Salem boys basketball Tigers will be at Mountain Grove tonight to face the Panthers in SCA conference play. The JV will start things out at 6 with a varsity game to follow. Salem varsity is 11-12 on the year, 2-3 in the SCA conference. The Panthers ended the game with an 11-10 record, 3-2 in the SCA conference. That game can be heard live on KSMO radio and audio streamed on KSMO Media starting around 7:15 with Tiger Talk and Coach Jared Patterson. Salem Lady Basketball Tigers lost to Mountain Grove last night to fall to 4-20 on the year, 1-4 in the SCA Conference. Lady Tigers' makeup game with Kabul will be tonight at Kabul, starting with the JV game at 6, with a varsity game to follow. Salem has lost 9 in a row. Today is the last day to sign up your child for the City of Salem Youth Soccer Program for $35 per child. Planned age divisions are 4 and under, 6 and under, 8 and under, 10 and under, 12 and under, and 14 and under. Now, those divisions may have to be combined depending upon the amount of children that sign up. To sign up, go to the Salem Park and Recreation Department's Facebook page, then find a link to Team Snap to register your child online. Now, if you have a problem getting registered, email Park and Recreation Director Melissa DuBois at salemparks@salemmo.com or call 729-6290. Late registrations will be accepted through February 20th with a cost of $45 per child beginning tomorrow. You'll have to pay a $10 late fee. The St. Louis Blues will be in Toronto tonight to face the Maple Leafs. The game will be delayed on KSMO Radio, AM 1340, FM 95.7 to the Salem basketball game. They'll start the game about 9 o'clock. We'll join that game right after basketball is over. Blues have won 5 straight road games, 7 of their last 10 games, and they sit in the last wild card playoff spot. And that is a look at some sports news and local news brought to you as a courtesy of all of us right here at KSMO. 746, and time for that daily investment report from the offices of Joe Brand and Leah Nash of Edward Jones. Ready to assist you and answer your investing questions. Get in touch with them locally at 729-3831 or stop by the office at 907 South Pershing. Joe Brand, Leah Nash of Edward Jones, member SIPC, and the Daily Investment Report. With that report this morning, it's Teresa Whalen. Teresa.
This is Teresa with your Daily Financial Market Report on behalf of financial advisors Joe Brand and Leah Nash and also Edward Jones. Today's U.S. equities closed lower. The Dow closed up 126 points to close at 38,797. The NASDAQ closed down 48 points to close at 15,943. And the S&P closed down 5 points to close at 5,022. And in the bond market, 10-year Treasury yields are trading at 4.17%. The price of crude oil was up 22 cents to close at 77.06, and the spot price of gold was down $4.50 to close at $2,034.20. For stocks of local interest, we have Ameren Corporation at 69.17, up 47 cents. AT&T 17.02, up 18 cents. Boeing 209.33, up 13 cents. Dollar General 136.14, up 93 cents. ExxonMobil 103.17, up $1.40. McDonald's 289.44, down 3 cents. Microsoft 415.26, down $5.29. PepsiCo 170.61, up $2.94. Pfizer 27.66, up 10 cents. Procter & Gamble 157.11, down 31 cents. And U.S. Bancorp 41.07, up 89 cents. And Walmart 170.30, up $1.02. This has been today's financial market report, brought to you on behalf of Edward Jones, member SIPC, and financial advisors Joe Brand and Leah Nash, serving individual investors with personalized attention and financial advice at 907 South Pershing, right here in Salem, Missouri, bringing you this Wall Street to Main Street report.
Thanks, Teresa. Don't forget to join us again for our next daily investment report coming your way right here on KSMO Radio, your hometown radio station. Again, appreciate you being part of our Tuesday morning. It's the 13th day of February. And right now, we're going to take a 1-minute break, come back. We have a look at our weather coming up next. It's waiting for you right after this.
Without the ones like you, who work tirelessly to keep things running, everything would suddenly stop. Hospitals, factories, schools, and power plants, they all depend on you. No matter the weather, emergency, or time of day, you're the ones who get it done. At Grainger, we're here for you with professional-grade industrial supplies. Count on real-time product availability and fast delivery. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
My mom's got a new Case IH tractor, and it can do it all. Bale hay all day. See in the dark with its powerful LED lights. Hook up all the implements. Shift like a race car. Steer with ease. And it can also cool my juice box. Yeah, her Case IH tractor can do everything she needs it to.
Looking for a tractor that can do it all? Check out caseih.com.
At KSMO, now time for a look at Operation and Weather Watch, a complete summary of weather in the region, as well as the KSMO listening area. All brought to you as a courtesy of 1340 AM and 95.7 FM KSMO. Water vapor imagery shows the upper low that brought the snowfall to our area yesterday has moved into the Appalachian Mountains, and the flow has become more westerly over the area with much drier air. Sky is cleared out over the area with temperatures in the low 20s in our area, upper 20s out west. Colder air will shift to the east with southwesterly flow developing over the area today. Plenty of sunshine is expected, and some low-level warm advection should occur. We should see temperatures rise into the 50s to near 60 today. The northwestern portions of the forecast area will likely see humidity levels dip down to about 30%, so getting a little dry out that way. Temperatures tonight should be slightly warmer than the current overnight period, with the low-level warm advection persisting. Lows are expected to be in the low to mid-30s instead of down near 20. Wednesday should be even warmer than today in advance of an approaching mid-level short wave. Most areas will likely climb above the 60-degree mark Wednesday, maybe just a little in our area, very much so out west. The short wave does move through the area Wednesday night, and the models have been fairly consistent in keeping the main precipitation with this system way off to our north. Currently, no measurable precipitation is forecast for any areas in the Springfield forecast area. Temperatures do drop a bit behind the system Thursday, but still remain above normal for this time of year. Some areas in the far southeast could actually get back to near 60 again on Wednesday. A stronger system will approach the area Thursday night and begin to push through the area with a low-pressure system and cold front on Friday. There'll be a chance of getting some precipitation on Friday, mostly in the form of rain. Can't rule out a flurry or two or even a little bit of some snow, but for the most part, if we get any snow, it'll be for show only. No accumulations expected. Behind this system, a deeper upper trough will drag some colder Canadian air into our region Friday night and Saturday. That'll make it pretty doggone cold. Lows will drop back into the teens to low 20s Friday night and the teens to mid-20s Saturday night. Highs on Saturday will only reach into the upper 30s, but should start to recover to a more normal reading by Sunday, back to near 50 to 55. Cold air mass will shift to the east again, and we should return back to normal readings by next week. We topped out at 39 yesterday, 29 the low. Normal high 49, normal low 28. Record high 79. That was in 1962. Minus 22, the record low in 1905. Yesterday we had about 1/20th of an inch of precipitation. Month-to-date total standing at 2/5, while 9/10 would be normal. 6:24 the time of sunrise. 6 1/4 the amount of precipitation so far for the year. 3:45 the amount of precipitation we should normally have at this time of year. 6:58 the time of sunrise this morning. I knew it was a little bit too early. And at 5:43 the time of sunset. Looking at the extended forecast for Saturday through Sunday, and then on Washington's birthday, we'll have plenty of sunshine. High of 38 Saturday, not very warm. Clear Saturday night, low of 21. Sunny Sunday, high of 51. Partly cloudy Sunday night, 29 for the low, and sunshine on Washington's birthday, or President's Day, as they call it, high of near 55. That local forecast and our current conditions next.
Do you know who some of the most avid readers of Cardinals Magazine are? It's Cardinal alumni. Our former players tell me time and again that Cardinals Magazine is one of their favorite ways to stay connected to the birds on the bat.
And you know, Ricky, I've heard the same thing. They feel like they're still coming to the ballpark each day when they're enjoying the impressive lineup of feature stories in every issue of Cardinals Magazine.
Cardinals Magazine helps you really get to know the current players, not only their stories in uniform, but who they are off the field and how they got to where they are.
And it doesn't stop with the stories on current players. No one does a better job giving fans a truer picture of everything happening on the field, inside the ballpark, and all over Cardinals Nation. Even stories on our Cardinals alumni.
Join our former players who enjoy the classic coverage of Cardinals Magazine. Subscribe for yourself and your favorite fan at cardinals.com/magazine or 314-345-9000.
Cardinals Magazine. It's all here.
7:54 KSMO. Plenty of sunshine today and lots of blue skies and a high of 57. Much warmer than yesterday. Winds will be out of the west of 5 to 10 miles an hour throughout most of the day today, west to southwest. Clear tonight, low of 32 with southerly breezes 5 to 10. Sunshine's expected again Wednesday, just a tick warmer, up around 60 to 64. Southwesterly winds at 5 to 10. Partly cloudy Wednesday night, dropping to 41, with southerly winds 10 to 15, gusting up to 25 miles an hour. Thursday, those southwest winds will start the morning out at about 5 to 15, but then move to the north by the middle of the day. Sunshine's expected throughout the day Thursday. Not quite as warm, though, with a high of 55. Partly cloudy come Thursday night with a low of 31. And then Friday, a 50-50 chance of getting some afternoon rain. More than likely just rain. Partly sunny and a high of 47. Can't rule out a flake or two, but don't really think that's going to happen. And then partly cloudy come Friday night and a low of 17. At the KSMO studios right now, your hometown radio station, we currently have at the KSMO studios 23 degrees. Lots and lots and lots of sunshine. We do have clear skies. We have winds around the west-southwest 4 mile an hour. It's 100% relative humidity. Pressure still on the rise, 30.13 inches. Feels like 16 right now here at KSMO Radio. It's a cool morning out there. You got frost on the windows. Do, again, take the time to make sure you do clean them off thoroughly before trying to travel. And don't just cut a little 3-inch square out there thinking you can see through your window. That's not going to do the job, my friends. Too dangerous. Please be extraordinarily careful if you are going to be out and about today with making sure that you're doing the right thing. You know, you just want to make sure you do the right thing. So do it right and get those windows cleaned off thoroughly. You'll be glad you did, not only for you, but also for that other driver who might be out there. All righty, that look at weather brought to you as a courtesy of KSMO Radio, your hometown radio station at 7:57. Top of the hour time brought to you by Doug Wisdom and Wisdom Financial Services, 729-7508. A member of Emeritus, Doug Wisdom and Wisdom Financial Services. Civic happenings, they're next.
Hey, all you high school juniors, with a few well-placed words, there's an adventure at hand awaiting for you. It's the Intercounty Youth Contest, and you could win an all-expense-paid trip to Washington, D.C. or Jefferson City. And all you have to do is write a 250 to 500-word essay on who is one of your role models and why are they important to you. For more information about the Youth Tour Contest, contact your school or Intercounty Electric Member Services at 866-621-3679.
Is the IRS making you feel anxious? Do you have multiple years of unfiled taxes or owe more than $8,000? The tax attorneys at Allies Tax Relief specialize in problems like yours, and they're ready to negotiate your fresh start. Don't go another year fearing the IRS. Allies Tax Relief will stop the IRS from garnishing your wages or levying your bank account. You only pay if you qualify for their services, so why wait? Call 800-280-4184 today. That's 800-280-4184.
Time right now for a look at our Civic Record. It's a program of church and civic news and a mention of persons recently deceased. Civic Record brought to you by your friends at Southtown Furniture on Highway 19 South. Well, we've been telling you about it for over a week now, and really is an outstanding opportunity for you to save yourself some major dinero. Head on down to Southtown Furniture. If you're in the need of new furniture, might be a new collection of bedding, new appliances, or even floor coverings or accessories, now is an opportune time for you to stop by and save, and I mean save some big money at Southtown Furniture. 10 to 60% off their already low everyday prices going on right now, and it will not last forever. You do not want to get this opportunity to let you to slip by you without at least getting the opportunity to check things out at least one time. So head on down to Southtown Furniture. They're just 2 blocks south of the Crossroads at 1601 South Highway 19. They're open Monday through Saturday. You can call them at 729-3422, and you're more than welcome to check out their website at SouthtownFurnitureSalem.com. This major sales event comes like once a year. Head down to Southtown. Southtown Furniture, truly where the bargains are. Eloise Whitaker, formerly of Salem, passed away February 9th at the age of 99. Funeral services for Eloise Whitaker will be held at 1 o'clock this afternoon at the Salem Chapel of James and Gar Mortuary. Visitation for family and friends will be held from 11 until service time today at the chapel. Interment will be in the Cedar Grove Cemetery. Eloise Whitaker is survived by a grandchild, a sister, Brunelle Hogan of Fulton, 7 great-grandchildren, 14 great-grandchildren, and a host of extended family and friends. All the arrangements are under the direction of the James and Gar Mortuary of Salem for Eloise Whitaker, whose funeral services will be at 1 o'clock this afternoon, Salem Chapel of James and Gar Mortuary. Tom Michael Wilson of High Hill passed away Wednesday, February 7th in High Hill at the age of 59. Funeral services for Tom Wilson will be at 2 o'clock this afternoon at the Wilson Mortuary Salem Chapel. Visitation will be from noon until service time today at the chapel. Thomas Michael Wilson is survived by children Jeffrey Wilson of Salem, Jessica Wilson of O'Fallon, Missouri, and Jeremy Wilson of High Hill. Siblings Sandra Helmer and husband Mark of Lenox, Stephanie Cowan and fiancé Brian Schaefer of Salem, and Angela Eiler and husband Scott of Troy, Missouri, plus half-siblings James Wilson, Jennifer Weber, John Wilson, and Jacqueline Hance, as well as 7 grandchildren. In lieu of flowers, memorials may be given to Angela Eiler to help with the support of those grandchildren. Envelopes are available and all arrangements are under the direction of the Wilson Mortuary of Salem for Tom Michael Wilson, whose funeral services will be at 2 o'clock this afternoon at the Wilson Mortuary Salem Chapel. Leota Yvonne Crane, formerly of Salem, passed away Sunday in Chesterfield at the age of 86. Funeral services for Leota Yvonne Crane will be at 1 o'clock Friday at the Wilson Mortuary Salem Chapel, with visitation from 11 until service time Friday at the chapel. Leota Yvonne Crane is survived by two sons, Keith Crane and Kenneth Crane, a sister, Oleta Donner, a brother, James Curry, and a sister-in-law, Mary Happel, plus many grandchildren and great-grandchildren. In lieu of flowers, memorial contributions may be made to the Love Pack Backpack Program or the Alzheimer's Association. Cards are available, and all the arrangements are under the direction of the Wilson Mortuary of Salem for Leota Yvonne Crane, whose funeral services will be Friday at 1 at the Wilson Mortuary, Salem Chapel. A scrappy fabric journal class will be held Thursday evening from 6 until 8 with Gail Phelan, where students will create a lovely tactile journal using scraps of fabric. No sewing needed. Students will create a journal using fabric, lace, string, paper, and glue. Result is a nice sized journal you'll take home with you. All materials will be provided. Students must be 18 years of age and older, with a minimum of 3 attending with no more than 12 students. Cost is $15 per student if you come as a pair, 2 for $25. Class registrations are on a first-come, first-served basis with online registrations under programs at the Creative Arts Center at SalemCommunityBetterment.com's website. A Friday fish fry at the Sacred Heart Parish Hall will be held from 4 to 7 every Friday from this Friday all the way through March 22nd. The menu does include fried fish, hush puppies, coleslaw, baked beans, green beans, French fries, dessert, and drink. It's all you can eat. $15 for adults, kids 5 to 10, $8. You can eat it there. You can take it with you. It's the Knights of Columbus Friday Fish Fries starting this Friday at the Sacred Heart Parish Hall and lasting all the way through March the 22nd. Again, all you can eat, $15 for adults, $8 for kids 5 to 10. Eat it there or take it home. It's Friday night. The Salem Eagles will be having an all-you-can-eat fish fry with the fixes, and the cost is $12 a plate. It is going to be held from 5 until 8. Then stick around for karaoke from 7 to 11 with Backwoods Productions. Both events are open to the public. You're more than welcome to come by for a great fish fry or fun times with karaoke at the Eagles out Highway 32 West. Don't forget, they're just past the airport on the north side of Highway 32. Fish fry, $12 a plate, 5 to 8. Karaoke, 7 to 11 with Backwoods Productions. That will be this upcoming Friday night, Salem Eagles Club. And a date night sign and wine class will be held this Friday evening from 6 to 9 with Danielle Norris, where participants can come celebrate Valentine's Day with something new and fun. You and your significant other or bestie will completely assemble and design an established sign or design of your choice from start to finish together. All supplies will be provided as well as tools needed. The artist will break down the steps for you and assist you in making it yours. Finished signs will be around 15 by 15 inches. The cost, $50 per couple or single. You may also bring your own boards for $25 per person. There'll be a maximum of 4 couples. Light refreshments will be provided. You may bring food and beverages of your choice, or you may also order food in. A date night sign and wine class is Friday evening, 6 to 9, with Danielle Norris. More of our Civic Record next. That's up right after this.
Southtown Furniture.
Let me tell you about Southtown Furniture's major sales event. It's their biggest inventory ever at Southtown Furniture, where they have in-stock furniture and mattresses from one end of the building to the other and from wall to wall. You're not going to believe this, but Southtown Furniture is offering 10 to 60% discounts on their already low everyday prices. Southtown Furniture accepts Visa and MasterCard, and you can also ask them about layaway plans. Don't miss this big sales event going on right now at Southtown Furniture, where they've been serving the smart shopper since 1922, Highway 19 South, right here in Salem.
The best selection, you'll agree, with satisfaction guaranteed. Southtown Furniture, where the bargains are.
Continuing with our civic record, this Saturday, the Denton County Historical Society will have 2 events to give people a chance to explore history or share history. First, at 10 in the morning, the Historical Society will have a workshop about telling the story of the Upper Current River from the road. This will be held at James Family Center off Center Street in downtown Salem, where people can share their family stories, photos, maps, newspaper clippings, whatever you might have of interest from the past. Bring your items to the workshop where they can be scanned on the spot and added to the collection. A worksheet will be provided that the contributor can fill out to accompany those contributions, plus also sticky notes to identify people or places along the Upper Current River. Then at 2 o'clock, a field trip is going to be planned to visit the site of the Old Boss Civilian Conservation Corps. That will be held at 2 o'clock in what was at the time the Clark National Forest, which is now the Mark Twain National Forest in the Salem Ranger District. Participants are asked to meet at the Boss Assembly of God parking lot, then follow the leader to the site. They ask you to wear appropriate clothing for the hiking in this relic of history in Denton County. This event is co-sponsored by the Salem Ranger District of the Mark Twain National Forest. It's boots on the ground, so dress accordingly on Saturday. It's going to be a little bit cool. This site was abandoned at the start of World War II. Parents will need to supervise their children as they explore the site. The CCC was a volunteer work project created during the Great Depression, was active from 1933 to 1942. Men at that time were trained to build fire towers, bridges, ponds, roads, and housing where they lived. Reynolds County Road 903 that starts going east from Marcoux Tower is a road that was rebuilt by the CCC. Denton County had 4 different CCC camps: Boss, Bunker, Indian Trails Conservation, and Montauk State Park. For more information, call Dolores Gray Wood, the Society President, at 729-2545, 729-2545. The Oakdale R1 School presents Battle of the Decades Trivia Night this Saturday. Doors will open at 6:30 and the trivia starts at 7. Prizes await the winners, $120 per table. And you can have 8 people per table. Call Sheena at 247-9789 to reserve a table, or Jen, 247-5353, and she can help you reserve your table as well. All the proceeds will benefit Oak Hill students. Oak Hill R1 School, the Battle of the Decades Trivia Night, coming up Saturday night, with the doors opening at 6:30 and the trivia starting at 7. And at the Salem Nutrition site today, they'll have roast beef on a roll with potatoes and carrots, warm fruit compote, and milk. That's going to be inside the Salem Senior Center at the Salem Nutrition site, 604 North McGrath Lane. Lunch is served from 11 to 12:30 weekdays. Now, we'll be closed next Monday for President's Day. And they have a soup and salad bar that's available starting at 10:30. Dessert is also available on a daily basis. You don't want to miss out. If you're 60 and above, the suggested contribution is $5. If you're under the age of 60, it's $7. And yes, all ages, anybody is welcome to come and have the meal at the Salem Nutrition site. Where today they're having roast beef with a roll, potatoes and carrots, warm fruit compote, and milk. And don't forget that the menu can change without notice. That does conclude the Civic Record, a program of church and civic news, and a mention of persons recently deceased, brought to you as a courtesy of all of us right here at KSMO Radio, your hometown radio station, and your friends at Southtown Furniture on Highway 19 South. Never a bad time to furniture shop. Well, you just never know when furniture is going to give out. You know, a lot of times you can see the wear and tear on it. Yeah, that's true. Other times, though, things just look pretty good, and next thing you know, you go to kick back in that recliner, and all of a sudden it kind of shifts to the right, and then chink, you hear a clunk or a chink or a dink or something. The next thing you know, it's no longer functioning the way you want it to. So be ready. Head on down to Southtown and do a little scouting of beautiful furnishings, appliances, bedding. They've got it all waiting for you. Southtown Furniture in Salem, truly where the bargains are. At KSMO Radio, coming up, we got statewide news from the Missouri Net, the Salem Nutrition Center's menu, AP News, and sports on the Missouri Net. And our friends from Intercounty will be here around 8:30 on KSMO Radio.
New Year's savings are going on right now at Napa Auto Parts Store in Salem. You can save up to 20% on Napa Night Vision LED sealed beams and LED miniature bulbs. Plus, you can save up to 55% on exterior lighting clearance while supplies last. Stop by Napa Auto Parts Store at 604 East Scenic Rivers Boulevard in Salem today.
Have you seen Town Screen yet? It's one of the most affordable ways to get your message out in the community. With strategically placed vertical screens in numerous locations in Salem, check it out at the Salem Community Center at the Armory, Aranda's Mexican Restaurant, and Taxmasters, just to name a few. Find out more about how you can use Town Screen for everything local. Stop by 800 South Main or call 636-338-1199. Hometown created and maintained. Town Screen in Salem.
Whether taking on large commercial landscapes or your own backyard, let Steel help with your pursuit of the perfect cut. Introducing Steel zero-turn mowers for homeowners and pros. With a wide range of features and options, like our advanced four-wheel suspension system and 0% financing available, it's time to let the pursuit begin. Real Steel. Find yours at steelusa.com/zero-turn. Available at select dealers. Financing available on qualifying purchases and subject to credit approval. See dealer for details.
Missouri Net News, I'm Anthony Morabith. For the first time, a newborn has been rescued from a Missouri box dedicated to surrendered babies. Alicia Nelson reports.
The baby girl was anonymously placed in the Safe Haven box last week in St. Louis County. The Melville Fire Department took the baby to a hospital for evaluation, where she received a clean bill of health. The box is the only one in Missouri. St. Louis County Representative Jim Murphy, a Republican who led the effort to pass Missouri's Safe Haven law, says one box is not enough.
Every hospital in this state should have a baby box. Every fire district should dedicate themselves to putting one of these in because they save lives. Today we celebrate life, and I can think of nothing more important than that.
The child will go up for adoption.
Missouri Senator Eric Schmidt has teamed up with Minnesota's Amy Klobuchar to create a Senate Epilepsy Caucus. It will serve as a group of advocates for those with epilepsy to promote research and legislation on their behalf. Schmidt announced the effort Monday and his very personal connection to the issue.
My son Stephen was diagnosed with epilepsy when he was a child. Stephen's epilepsy diagnosis does come with its challenges, but the sheer joy and happiness Stephen brings my family and loved ones motivates me every single day.
The caucus will work to advance data, research, and innovation to better understand and treat those with epilepsy and promote the needs of people with epilepsy through legislation and other efforts. Here comes the Super Bowl Barbie and other Super Bowl collectibles. Mattel is making a limited edition Super Bowl Barbie featuring the Kansas City Chiefs. The company is also offering a Chiefs-themed Uno card deck and a Fisher-Price Super Bowl champion set of Little People collector figures. The deadline to pre-order is February 25th. And several school districts across the Kansas City metro region will be taking part in the Chiefs' third Super Bowl parade. It takes place on Wednesday. This is Missouri Net.
Native American children. Many live in poverty and face some very tough days. But they also have great days. And the days they love most, they happen here at St. Joseph's Indian School.
I love learning with my friends, playing music, lunchtime, math. And speaking of math, here are some awesome numbers.
96% of St. Joseph's Indian School students graduate high school. That's 10% higher than the national average. For almost 100 years, St. Joe's has been giving Native American children days they love and educating them for life. Learn more at stjo.org today.
Coming up in the Missouri Senate this week, a Senate committee could consider legislation relating to insurance coverage of pharmacy services, as well as payments for prescription drugs. Missouri is deciding whether to create a fund to help the state's agriculture industry weather natural disasters such as drought and flooding. Aaron Willard, Governor Mike Parsons' chief of staff, tells the Missouri House Budget Committee that the governor's state budget proposal includes a $3.5 million request to create the fund.
The last several years, we've had quite a few instances of drought
then a flooding. This is an opportunity that usually in those cases, we come back to you all and we ask for funding to try to address some of these issues that have popped up. And this is just an opportunity from our perspective to say, look, we can take some of this funding and we could actually maybe do a little bit of planning ahead. Manchester Democratic Representative Deb Lavender supports the plan and says weather issues are going to be a problem for a while. Find more news online through our website at MissouriNet.com. This is MissouriNet.
Southtown Furniture.
Let me tell you about Southtown Furniture's major sales event. It's their biggest inventory ever at Southtown Furniture, where they have in-stock furniture and mattresses from one end of the building to the other and from wall to wall. You're not going to believe this, but Southtown Furniture is offering 10 to 60% discounts on their already low everyday prices. Southtown Furniture accepts Visa and MasterCard, and you can also ask them about layaway plans. Don't miss this big sales event going on right now at Southtown Furniture, where they've been serving the smart shopper since 1922, Highway 19 South, right here in Salem.
The best selection, you'll agree, with satisfaction guaranteed. Southtown Furniture, where the bargains are.
Let's take a look and see what's cooking at the Salem Nutrition site for you today. They will be serving up roast beef with roll, potatoes and carrots, warm fruit compote, as well as milk. Also have soup and salad bar that they have daily, starting at 10:30 in the morning. So don't forget, lunch is served from 11 to 12:30, and that is over at the Salem Nutrition site. And you'll find that at 604 North McGrath Lane inside the Salem Senior Center. It's open to all ages. Everybody's welcome to come on out and have a great meal. If you're 60 and above, the suggested contribution is $5. If you're under the age of 60, it's $7. Check that out at the Salem Nutrition site. For today, we'll have roast beef, roll, potatoes and carrots, warm fruit compote, and milk, and everybody is welcome to attend. Don't forget that the menu can change without notice. Every weekday, we bring you that Salem Nutrition Center menu as a courtesy of KSMO Radio, your hometown radio station. Coming up, AP News and then sports for the Missouri Net on your Tuesday morning. Don't forget our friends from Intercounty will be here as well on KSMO Radio right around the 8:30 mark.
The Missouri Department of Agriculture is reminding livestock producers to be on the lookout for black vultures. The aggressive birds are affecting livestock operations and are spreading across the state. Missouri livestock producers have been facing the issue for years.
We lost our first calf, which was not a newborn calf, was a bigger calf, about a 300-pounder. You know, we lost a lot of genetics there. It's bad to lose the animal, but also the genetics that you're trying to bring up into your herd also you lose.
There are some mitigation efforts that are recommended.
Pyrotechnics, firing guns up in the air, hang an effigy up in a tree off of a bird that you have taken, or USDA APHIS has been very good about sending birds that they have killed. Effigies seem to be the most effective tool.
The USDA, Missouri Department of Agriculture, and MU Extension stand ready to help livestock producers in the fight against black vultures. Start the process at agriculture.mo.gov. That's agriculture.mo.gov.
Nobody plays a better variety. KSMO Salem.
AP News, I'm Mike Hempen. Old Man Winter has a grip on parts of the Northeast. The National Weather Service says the northern suburbs of New York and parts of Connecticut could get 12 to 15 inches of snow. New Jersey Governor Phil Murphy says a certain famous groundhog may have misled forecasters.
You know, we saw Puxatawny Phil last week, and I think it's fair to say he's led us astray because this is not the following week that we were expecting.
Wind gusts could reach 60 miles an hour off the Massachusetts coast. A New York subway shooting has left 1 dead, 5 others wounded.
Gunfire erupted following a dispute between 2 groups of teenagers at a New York City subway station at the start of evening rush hour on a train platform in the Bronx around 4:30 p.m., a time when stations throughout the city are filled with kids coming home from school, and many workers are beginning their evening commute. Officials say a 34-year-old man was killed. The wounded included a 14-year-old girl, a 15-year-old boy, and 3 adults, ages 28, 29, and 71. New York Police Department Chief of Transit Michael Kemper says they will catch those responsible.
This is unacceptable. And when detectives make an arrest, notice I said when, because I'm very confident they will, there must be swift, immediate, strong consequences.
I'm Lisa Dwyer.
Donald Trump is calling for a leadership change at the Republican National Committee in an attempt to install a new slate of loyalists, including his daughter-in-law, at the top of the GOP's political machine, even before he formally secures the party's presidential nomination. Nearly two-thirds of American Jews feel less secure in the U.S. than they did a year ago. That's according to a new national survey. This is AP News. Two fired First Energy executives have been indicted in a $60 million Ohio bribery scheme.
Two fired First Energy Corporation executives have been indicted in a long-running investigation into a $60 million bribery scheme in Ohio that has already resulted in a 20-year prison sentence for former State House Speaker. Former CEO Chuck Jones and former Senior Vice President Michael Dowling were charged in relation to their alleged roles in the massive corruption case. The charges were announced by Ohio Attorney General Dave Yost. Jones and Dowling were fired in October 2020 for violating the company's policies and code of conduct, but both have pushed back forcefully, denying any wrongdoing and accusing Attorney General Yost of false assertions. I'm Norman Hall.
And according to Nielsen and Adobe Analytics, Super Bowl 58 averaged 123.4 million viewers. I'm Mike Hempen, AP News.
It's back! The Salem Memorial Hospital Foundation invites everyone to the Dancing with the Salem Stars fundraiser Saturday, February 24th at 7 at the Salem R80 High School Gym. Table seating is available for $20 per person in advance or reserve a table. Bleacher seats will be available at the door for $10. Purchase your tickets in advance by calling 729-6626, extension 4005. The Dancing with the Salem Stars fundraiser Saturday, February 24th at the high school gym with the doors opening at 6:30. We'll see you there!
Getting your biggest tax refund from Jackson Hewitt can lead to some spirited reactions.
Jackson Hewitt!
Jackson Hewitt is so sure that you'll get your biggest refund that if they don't, you get your money back plus $100.
Jackson Hewitt!
And Jackson Hewitt also guarantees the accuracy of your return for life. So don't just sit there. For your biggest refund guaranteed, walk into a Jackson Hewitt today and dance out Jackson Hewitt! Yeah!
Missouri Net Sports, I'm Bill Pollock. Super Bowl 58, the most watched telecast ever. Sunday's game drew an average of over 123 million viewers across all platforms. CBS, 112 million, the largest audience in history for a single network. Over 200 million watched all or part of the game across all networks. That was up 10% from last year's Chiefs win, which previously held the record. And while the Super Bowl trophy arrived in Kansas City yesterday evening, Super Bowl champion MVP Patrick Mahomes stayed out west.
Patrick Mahomes, you and the Kansas City Chiefs have just won the Super Bowl. What are you going to do next?
We're going to Disneyland!
Mahomes took part in a special parade down Main Street with Disney characters. Kansas City's prepping for a Super Bowl parade tomorrow with a rally in front of Union Station. When the Chiefs won last year, close to 1 million people flooded downtown streets for the parade and rally. The Kansas City Royals will hold a press conference this afternoon to name the site of their new downtown ballpark. The Kansas City Star is reporting the site will be just south of T-Mobile Arena on the other side of 670. Jackson County voters will decide whether to fund the project with an April 2nd ballot measure to secure a 40-year sales tax that would send equal dollars to the Chiefs for a renovated Arrowhead Stadium. The Blues look for their 6th straight road win tonight in Toronto. Torrey Krug set a Blues record with 5 assists in their 7-2 win over the Canadiens on Sunday.
You feel good when you're contributing, and it was fun. Obviously, it's a game that I'll remember. Definitely a good win for us, and you can have good memories for it.
Spring training begins tomorrow for pitchers and catchers. Both of our clubs will have some new faces in the starting rotation. The Cardinals have their rebuild with Lance Lynn, Kyle Gibson, and Sonny Gray. The Royals added former Cardinal pitcher Michael Wacha and 8-year veteran Seth Lugo. Bill Pollock, Missouri Net Sports.
We are strong, we are resilient, and we will get through this together.
But these are stressful times, and it's important to also practice good self-care. It's normal to feel overwhelmed, anxious, or afraid, but there is hope. Reach out to someone, connect with your friends, stay in touch with your community, and know that you are not alone. Learn more at wearebroadcasters.com/hope. Furnished by the National Association of Broadcasters and this station.
Hi, I'm E.J. Williams. Each year, millions of animals are abandoned, and more than 1 million are euthanized before they can be rescued. Organizations like American Humane are working to harness the healing power of the human-animal bond, as animals can be trained as life-saving service and therapy dogs to help veterans, the elderly, and children with special needs to overcome the obstacles of everyday life. To find out how you can help give animals and the people they help a new leash on life, please visit AmericanHumane.org.
You try.
The Missouri Department of Agriculture is reminding livestock producers to be on the lookout for black vultures. The aggressive birds are affecting livestock operations and are spreading across the state. Missouri livestock producers have been facing the issue for years.
We lost our first calf, which was not a newborn calf, was a bigger calf, about a 300-pounder. You know, we lost a lot of genetics there. It's bad to lose the animal, but also the genetics that you're trying to bring up into your herd also you lose.
There are some mitigation efforts that are recommended.
Pyrotechnics, firing guns up in the air, hanging effigy up in a tree off of a bird that you have taken, or USDA APHIS has been very good about sending birds that they have killed. Effigies seem to be the most effective tool.
The USDA, Missouri Department of Agriculture, and MU Extension stand ready to help livestock producers in the fight against black vultures. Start the process at agriculture.mo.gov. That's agriculture.mo.gov.
I'm Nicole Heslip with Agribusiness News. I'm Brownfield. Next week's National Ethanol Conference is the annual event for the industry. Follow Brownfield's coverage on air and online. To learn about the American ethanol industry, go to ethanolrfa.org. An ag economist says he remains optimistic about U.S. soybean exports despite a slow start to the year. Mac Marshall, Vice President of Market Intelligence for the United Soybean Board.
We're in early February, so we're past that kind of crest of the year when we're in the post-harvest period and, whole bean exports are really going gangbusters.
He tells Brownfield South American production will be a factor.
Brazil has got a good size crop down there, a far cry from what expectations were at the beginning of the season, but with early harvest, Brazil's export window in the early part of the year has widened.
A governing board member for Clean Fuels Alliance America says the production of biodiesel has helped provide some added value to farmers. Greg Anderson says the clean energy industry increases market opportunities for soybeans.
Soybeans continue to comprise about 1/2 of biodiesel and renewable diesel production, and that will stay constant. It will still be the foundational flagship feedstock for years to come.
He tells Brownfield it also adds value for soybean oil.
Contributes to the price of the bushel at the farm gate. So without biodiesel, we'd be looking at a lot less dollars per acre.
An ag economist says education is key when it comes to the current lending environment. Matt Erickson with Farm Credit Services of America says higher interest rates are forcing farmers to treat their operations more like a business.
When you had prime at 3.25%, things were a little bit more easy to manage on the interest rate environment. Now we're at 8.25%, 8.5%.
Erickson says a lot of commodities could see more margin compression this year.
Cattle, prices are expected to be good. We have a tight supply environment right now, but it goes back to the macro environment, the consumer resiliency this year, that could be hindered by more restrictive monetary policy.
Dairy farmers continue to squeeze budgets as milk prices sink. University of Minnesota Extension educator Colleen Carlson says markets have swung dramatically in the past 2 years.
Farmers have had to adjust, especially our dairy farmers. They've had to cut labor costs and feed costs, which are the two most expensive inputs into milk production.
Carlson says some farmers are diversifying with beef and dairy.
Dairy farmers who are exiting the business want to keep those buildings utilized.
Missouri Pork Expo is back at the lake. Don't miss the producer education sessions Tuesday, February 20th. Learn more at mopork.com. I'm Nicole Heslop with Brownfield.
FCS Financial, with you every step of the way.
Choosing the right crop insurance for your farm operation shouldn't be overwhelming. That's why FCS Financial makes it easy with a dedicated team of crop insurance specialists who can help you find the best solutions to protect your operation. And it's this dedication and experience that makes FCS Financial experts at finding solutions for each unique situation. You're more than a policy. We take the time to get to know you, your operation, and your needs. Whether you're a seasoned producer or just beginning, we have the tools you need to help you manage your risk and keep business running smoothly. FCS Financial, growing relationships, creating opportunities. Closing date for spring policies is March 15th. Contact your FCS Financial crop insurance expert at myfcsfinancial.com or call 800-444-3276.
FCS Financial, with you every step of the way.
An equal opportunity provider.
It's back. The Salem